Welcome back to Thrive America. I'm your host, Brent Brooks, and joined by J. Mark Walker,
Mr. Alan Yard, Prince Nair,
joined by business coach, action coach, CEO and co-founder of Axiom Franchise Advisors, and I'm joined by PR expert, Mr. Mark Weisbrod, venture catalyst, Russell Fair, J. Cap, Chris Spears.
We're always looking for ways to build bridges of trust, build bridges of relationship.
All right, welcome back here to Thrive America. I'm your host, Brent Brooks, and I'm joined today by Teo Graca. Teo is a friend of mine and an internet marketing in the field of internet marketing, and I know you're a described architect, internet architect, is that correct?
Information architect.
Information architect. Help me understand what that term means, Teo.
Well, it's when you organize data so it's easily accessible and you don't repeat data structures. It's a geek term for organizing data.
Well, there's so much information out there on the internet between your website and all the different destinations, social media. There's, it sounds like you help manage that as an architect. You kind of build structure behind that somehow.
Well, what I do is I build systems around ideas. That, for example, if you're marketing and you have a need for something, then there's you have to organize the data in such a way. So what an architect does is interlinks these different data structures, so you don't have to have a different system for every function that you have on the website. Here's a quick example. If you opt into somebody's website, right, and then they have another opt-in for something else, and another opt-in for something else, ideally you don't want them to have to opt in for all these things. You want the system to recognize them for the book, for the calendar, or whatever. So that's what an information architect does. He builds smart systems.
Now, I know you build customized solutions for your clients, but let's talk about on Thrive America. What are some things that you know that our fan base can walk away with? So you brought here to my attention something called multiple website marketing. Can you explain to me what multiple website marketing is and how someone could use this strategy?
Well, it's not something new necessarily, but it's basically what it is. Everybody has a web presence. They usually have a core web presence. Maybe they have a LinkedIn social networking site, they got a Facebook site. So when you interlink these different sites, what you're doing is creating interlinked connections. So the idea behind multiple website marketing is that you build maybe 100, 200, 1,000 interlinked connections. This increases the traffic to all your websites. It gives people a specific branded thing that they're looking for. So if they're looking for why something or how something, it takes them to the specific website that they're looking for. This is something that made Google what it is today. It's the first search engine that worked. And the way they did it is they weighted keywords they weighted keywords against interlinked connections. They counted links. So they still use that technique today, and people have multiple websites effectively. So they can use this technique to build they can use this technique to build their rankings and traffic to their websites.
So what I'm hearing you say here, Teo, is our viewers that are watching the show, they, like you said, most of them will have a web presence, and then they can create what you call microsites sort of around your website, and these microsites are pointing back to the mothership, the mother website, and benefiting that. So in case someone stumbles upon another theme of your company, like for example, our company, Blank Stages Video, maybe wedding video, or there could be a microsite for that. Is that kind of, am I kind of hearing you right here?
Yeah, and more than that, every blog that you put out is like a little website. So, you have 10, 12, 50 blogs. Some people have as many as 3,000 articles they've written. They can use these, the way they work on the search or the article search engines is they all point back to the main about the author, which gives information on what they do, and this is what they use to generate. They give free information to generate traffic to their main website and generate business. It creates credibility. It creates an interlinking strategy, and this is what builds traffic for their main and core website.
So you have the main website, just to clarify, the mothership site, and then you've got these smaller sites, and the strategy is to point back to the mothership where the main information is harbored. It seems like the confusing part of this would be, how do I manage all these if you start creating all these microsites? What's your advice on, do we want to make each one of those real pretty and great and hire the website developer to do all these, or what do you think?
Well, I mean, as an example of one of the issues you run into with this type of campaign, one of our customers has got a project she's launching next year. So she went out and registered 166 domain names for this. Now they're sitting parked on GoDaddy, and nothing's happening with them. So there's ways to actually build value for those immediately. There's technologies out there that allow you to use it, enter keywords, put some information in, build traffic, and you can actually use those to link back to your main website. So instead of having them sit around on GoDaddy or NameSecure or One-on-One or any of these other domain registration or registrars companies, it's better to put them to use and get them generating traffic.
So you can, as you're watching the show, you can maybe be thinking about your business. What are some other themes around your company? What are some other ideas around your business? Go out and see, think of some domain names, and purchase those domain names, and then go to those sites. Maybe put up a little copy or your own ad, that kind of thing, pointing people back to your website. And the strategy there is, people might stumble upon that site, but it'll link people back to the main site.
Yeah, exactly. It's a good approach, and if you register a whole lot of domains at once, it's good to get something going with them immediately, but you can actually develop them into a full-fledged website, kind of like you did with thriveamerica.com.
And you also mentioned offline about how this can benefit you if a couple years from now you have these powerful micro sites. They may become profitable items that can be sold down the line, and as maybe if you sell your company. Teo, we're going to bring you back. Ultimately, we're going to have you answer the question, how can you help us thrive in this economy? What do you know? What information can you give us, and that will help us all benefit greatly from the knowledge that we know and so forth. So we'll bring Teo right back in just a minute.